The airplane in World War II. Without the planes, World War II would have probably ended differently.
How does the airplane change the way human beings look at war? Different aircraft played a highly visible role from dropping bombs, dropping care packages, medical weapons, and ammo. It gave a chance to be stealthy from above ground and kill multiple enemies at once.
The airplane bombings highly affected the way human beings look at war because bombing didn't only target soldiers, civilians were targeted as well and in a bigger amount. Some civics included women, men, elders, children, and toddlers.
Did the airplane make modern warfare even less humane? It isn't that it made it less humane, but it made the war somewhat easier and shortened the time of it. Imagine if the U.S. didn't have the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Japan. And plus to this is soldiers just flew by, dropped the bombs, and flew away unharmed.
Types of aircrafts. Different types of aircrafts changed the way the war was fought. Aircrafts was a big danger in war because it killed civilians and aircrafts casually fell from the sky exploding really fast down to the ground. They all had a different mission in the same machine for different uses.
The Messerschmitt Bf-109. The Messerschmitt was the most advanced and capable fighter plane in its time, and rendered the biplane-type aircraft obsolete. The Bf-109 made many aces of the pilots who flew her, and the plane is still regarded as one of the best designed aircraft of all time, respected by both Allied and Axis alike.
The Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. Introduced in April of 1938 and with a top speed of 287 miles per hour, B-17 was the foremost bomber in World War II. Of the 1.5 million metric tons of bombs dropped on Germany and its territories by the U.S., 640,000 tons were dropped by the B-17.
The Focke-Wulf 190. This piston fighter was responsible for hundreds of fighter-bomber plane losses and is still regarded by some as the best piston fighter in World War II.
The World War II Dresden Holocaust. A single column of flame. On February 13th of 1945, an orgy of genocide began against a defenseless German city, one of the greatest cultural centers of Northern Europe. Within less than 14 hours, England and America bombed so unexpectedly it was reduced to flaming ruins. An estimated one-third of its inhabitants, possibly as many as 500,000, had perished in what was the worst single massacre of all time.
Firebombing of Dresden. On the evening of February 13, 1945, a series of Allied bombing raids begins against the German city of Dresden, the Florence of the Elbe, to rubble and flames. The bombing killed over 135,000 people and was the most destructive single bombing of the war, including Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Allied forces conducted many air raids on Japan during World War II, causing extensive destruction to the country's cities and killing between 241,000 and 900,000 people. B-29 Superfortress are the bombers that dropped incendiary bombs on Yokohama during May 1945.
Firebombing of Japan continued. Each plane stripped off ammunition for its machine guns to allow it to carry more firebombs. The lead attackers arrived over the city just after dark and were followed by a procession of death that lasted until dawn. The fire started by the initial raiders could be seen from 150 miles away. The results were devastating. Almost 17 square miles of the city were reduced to ashes. Estimates of the number killed range between 80,000 and 200,000, a higher death toll than that produced by the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima or Nagasaki 6 months later.
Battle of Britain. The Battle of Britain is the name given to the Second World War defense on the United Kingdom by the Royal Air Force against the onslaught by the German Air Force, which began at the end of June 1940.
Battle of Britain. On September 15, 1940, the Germans launched a large bomb attack on the city of London. They felt that they were closing on victory. However, the British Royal Air Force turned the tables by hitting the skies, scattering the German forces. This battle was a win for Britain, but Germans continued to bomb the bigger cities, but lesser and lesser as they noticed defeat. The Royal Air Force lost 1,250 aircraft, including 107 fighters, and all 520 men were lost. Fatalities added up to more hitters, and to subjugate Britain failed.
Here are the sources we used to gather all of our information.